Hello everyone, how very good of you to join and stick around to Anno Pax Romana as we continue our developments by introducing new needs to my population. They don't even know that they need it, but we're gonna tell them, yes, beer is a wonderful thing. We have started the production. Let's research that. It only takes 28 minutes. By that time, the first ship should already have arrived with some beer in stock. The beer we're producing, of course, where else could it be? In Albion. So we're gonna quickly switch over here again, where our beer production is now in full swing. Right over here somewhere. There it is. And these guys here are now starting that. Also, the coal is in. Fantastic. That's all we really need for now. Let's just check. I don't know how much beer we're gonna need, right? Because beer is not there yet. So once we have finished the research, we'll just see how much beer we're actually gonna need. I hope it's not that much. An Emperor's request once again, and hunt down raiders. We need to kill 3 Caesar regular Syracuse ships, and of course we're gonna accept this one here. 20 reputation boost we're getting out of that. That's pretty massive. Thank you very much for this opportunity. So we're going back to our newly built harbor area from the last episode, and over here I do have quite a few warships now. By the way, we do have more than that, so my strike force is over here. We haven't lost a single ship, by the way. And I'm gonna add now 2 more to this, right? Like this. And that's quinqueremes and triremes now. And those guys are gonna hunt down some pirates that we are facing over there. And of course, we're not gonna have them in formation. So the option is off by default. And these guys here will be destroyed. There's only one though on the map as far as I can see at the moment. The other ones, yeah, they're still waiting for getting hunted, it seems. They're not all going out at once, unfortunately. That would have been some fun. Our trade ship has been finished, so we can now implement that new trade route that we have. That is now between Verulamio. No, not between Verulamio. We're gonna go Colfern this time around, and Veneta. And of course, it's the Vestal that we have. And this one takes now the beer. We should already have some of that in stock over here. There it is, 22. And I'm gonna take this one and move it to Veneta. The goal still is that we get the trade routes going, and we have finished now something. There it is. Establish 5 interregional trade routes and produce at least 17,000 knowledge. We've done that, and we've unlocked a whole bunch of new tech. Let's have a quick look at that. The beekeepers produce 25% more and can use forests now. That's a flat boost of production, but it takes 56 minutes to finish. I probably... there's my depot. But that takes 2 hours to finish. Nice! Harbor area increase. That's fantastic. We are going into this one. Good specification in trade ports. We can now specify goods at trading posts to specialize them. Warehouse discount halves the construction costs of warehouses. Yeah, these 2 are not that important to me right now. But apiary boost, max offshore building range, and depot permit. Very good. So we are queued for a couple of hours, I think, on the research at least. And we already start with the hunting. There's already the first one. It'll be easy. Doesn't really stand a chance. I just love the flames. And it counted. Very good. Any kind of flotsam that we could pick up? Some tiles. Alright, I'll take it. Now, we continue with a bit more city development. I would like to have a look at this area here, because right now it looks wasted. Let's just check it out. First of all, we do have a bit of space in here, and we have too many warehouses, that's for sure. I don't need this one here, honestly, because the gold mine has this warehouse here, and that's an upgraded one. That's upgraded again, so that it looks proper. I mean, it's a beautiful building at tier 3. Right, and with that, we get rid of this area here, and we also don't need that bridge here, honestly. Can I select it, please? It wants me to delete the gold mine every time. There you go. Next, we can move a bunch of buildings around here to squeeze in my soap maker, though that is a happiness reduction. I don't need the health, really, so I'm inclined to move that soap maker. Yeah, you know what? Into my industry zone over here, where we already have all the soap makers piling up, more or less. So we can clean this up. This one here is a spinner. It gives me the knowledge boost that I really, really like. So I'm gonna keep it in this area. Probably together here with my sandal maker. That's another 1 coin, but that's really not a boost that I need especially. And with that we can clean up this river area here. So these artisan buildings are just beside the aqueduct. I think that's where they fit in them best. And let's have these roads here upgraded. And this one. I'm gonna keep though the gold washer. We're just gonna need it. And here we have that bridge that really doesn't look that good. I think I'm gonna get rid of one of them. And this one here we upgrade to a stone bridge. And then I'm gonna make this area here a bit bigger when it comes to the streets. Got the well and the latrinum. And this main road goes now over here. Very good. So this also fits now a bit more. And then I can have another bridge here going over there now. It looks like it would be blocking a lot of water, that bridge. Looks more like a dam. And this road here we can keep. That goes then all the way up there. Very good. I'm not so sure about the marble roads that far outside though. I think for the inner city they would fit, right? But for the bit outer city here, I don't like to have marble. Now we have the next warehouse. I think we could also get rid of that safely. Yep. Together with that fire station. Yep. We don't need the fire station. We don't need the warehouse here because there is a warehouse over there. And the grain mill, yeah, that just works like that anyway. By the way, we don't need that here. We are not producing any flour anymore in Veneta. So we could easily replace this with another gold washer. And a triple bridge here looks ridiculous. I'm also gonna get rid of that. Beautiful. And yeah, let's get another gold washer going here. This one has then the road to that warehouse over there.
Your people are ailing.
And yes, this gives me the opportunity of now adding a bunch more houses here. I'm not gonna go with any main road or so. Here I would in fact like to make this. I would like to keep a bit of an area there for smaller decorations. So perhaps I'm gonna use it here. There you go. And then just along the river here. And back again. I think a market would look the best here. We can have this just along the road. For all of these guys here. And then also a tavern. Yeah, and you know what? Let's have that tavern here. I think this fits nicely for a tavern.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
And then we can have some ornaments in front of it. Fantastic. And a new city district is coming out for Veneta. And these areas here, well, we can decorate them nicely. By the way, there's no pirate coming out. Where are my pirates? I think they're stuck in the harbor area here. Yeah, all of those ships are stuck here. They're not coming out. We have 47 minutes left. I'm gonna wait until 40 minutes, let's say 35. And if there's no other ship coming out, then we'll probably have to go to the offensive here and try and attack Syracuse, because I don't want to risk losing that reputation. And by the way, there's the next Queen Kareem coming out. We could think about another Siege Queen Kareem. Let's do this. So we got then 3, 4. That is something I would like to work with.
You cover for me.
Looking like this? Or should we use a statue for this one? Ah, this is also not so bad. I think one step over. Oh, I like this tree. That's nice. Yeah. I guess bigger torches wouldn't fit now. They're far away though. Now let's go with beautiful statues of women right over there. And perhaps something smaller here. And of course we can use all these empty spots in between to also add something.
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
And we can already upgrade. I would like to do this. Speaking about upgrades, we could upgrade a lot of more buildings. But I would still like to keep a bit of a peasant workforce there as well for my ships. Speaking about ships, there we have now our sea ships. 3 of them. The 4th one is under construction now. Ah, look at that. Syracuse came out. There is a ship down here now. Yeah. But it's not part of the quest, unfortunately. I think at least it has no star above it. Still gonna try, of course, and destroy it. I would also like to continue my aqueduct. So in this case here, that one that we have there has lots of water left thanks to the research that gives me more water out of a cistern well or out of a source. And let's just have a look where we could add it, because this whole area doesn't have one yet. And the industry zones also profit from the aqueduct. It would be especially useful down here. All of these buildings here basically profit from that. I will need to move a bunch of buildings around though, as always. And right now it doesn't look very clean anyway. So I would like to increase the density, especially here. This would probably be the best way of getting the aqueduct through. As these buildings here, this one here has then no road access. But we can move it down. Perfect. I need to get rid of this single one there, but we have enough flaps, so we don't feel that. So that we can get rid of this road here, which is gonna be the aqueduct. Going through all of this, all the way down here. Into that area where we have the olive presses. Yeah, that well we can safely move. And I think this area would be great for the well. I'm gonna move down my olive press here, because we don't need the blueprints for the weaponsmiths anymore. We got 4 of them and we're full on weapons, so I'm not gonna need more production there. And with this we have this whole area here available now. And I'm probably just gonna add then the well here. And we would even have a bit more room now for any kind of other production. Let's get the aqueduct going. So I'm probably gonna move it all the way here. Ah, okay. This is not working. We need to make this here somehow work though. This would work, but that looks a bit nasty. So let's try and make it work here. Okay, this would actually look clean, but it's not working. Let's get rid of all of this here again. I think we do have something. Why is this? This looks burned. This would actually look clean, but it's not working. Here it says construction area is blocked, but there's nothing here. Now it's working. If I move it from down up, it works. The other way around would not work. Okay, this looks much cleaner now. Very good. Now we can get this one down. All the way through here to my cistern well. Boosting this whole area now with additional water. Perfect.
There are signs of public unrest.
And we even have room for, yeah, I don't know, some other buildings.
Done.
Okay, another festival ended. That's for Saliente. We can pay for this again, 12,000. We have the money. And we destroyed the next ship. So we have now 2 out of 3 that actually counted. Very good. One more. We still have 13 minutes of our time, so that should be enough. Next, the beer has been unlocked, so it has the same bonuses as in Albion. How much do we need? 13 tons. I had a feeling that it's gonna be a lot, but that's really a lot. It's a big population. The bonuses are just tremendous though, so I really would like to make this work. 13 beer. Gonna be quite the mass production in Colfairn that we have. So 4 we have right now. This would be 8, 12, and 16. So space-wise, it's there, right? We would need a bunch more here. But don't forget, these produce twice, so this is already 12, right? And oh, wait a second, I'm not gonna have them over there. I'm gonna have them here because we want to keep the transportation times short. That's the important thing. 2 more should be fine. 1 and 2. Together with another warehouse over here. So this is all the beer that we're gonna need. Now I just need the fields. And that's where we have a major problem because they need a lot of space. I wouldn't say even that those are the problem though. I think workforce will be the biggest issue. This. That's another one. Here we can just safely paint over that. Yeah. I like that the border is seamless. So, you know, here we're leaving the marshland kind of like. But you can still just paint over that. By the way, that's a beautiful detail. Seriously, I just love those details, right? And there, the border actually has bushes on it instead of just being a flat border. This should work out. Very good. And then we still have more. Yeah, the waiters. I think we do not have a villa here yet, though. That could provide me an interesting boost. And let's build the villa up here on that mountain. Yeah, that gave me quite a few waiters, but we're gonna need more. These guys here. The eels are running low. That's a good thing, because that gives me some room to boost them again. We have them over there. Another one. How many eels do we need, in fact? They love eels, but one would have been fine. Of course, I'm gonna go with a surplus there. Let's have another one somewhere here. To get that in. The same with the cockle pickers. Gonna need them over here, so I'm gonna add 2 more. And fashion-wise, nothing that really boosts my population. That is the most important thing. I think we're just gonna go ahead and build a few more waiters. So I do have the space down here for the logging camp. Coal is another thing. Yeah. 100% we would actually keep here. Great. Let's do this. In this forest area. There you go. And then, towards the villa, we can continue with the city expansion. So I would like to have another block here. Very good. That's my bardic residence, my bardic hearth. I'm gonna move this a bit further over here.
There are signs of public unrest.
Very good. All the way then up to our villa. And this would lead to a lot of more workforce, but of course also more consumption for these goods, but it's fine. I like how the city is turning out, by the way. Yeah, there it is, another city upgrade. Do we have some city services available at the medic? We do. We haven't built it yet, and I still have some tiles. So I would, in fact, actually move these now over so that we can add our medic in here. Maximum boost. That was massive. That was like 400 island health coming out of the single building here. Perfect. And also just in time, there's the last pirate. Should be fine. Get us that nice juicy reputation boost. Very good. Mission succeeded. 20 reputation is a lot. Thank you very much. With the workforce, we can now finish our farms here. Can we upgrade? That's just a bit strange, right? We do need tiles again for upgrading the warehouses, even for the natural cows. It would have made more sense for me to actually use wetland dope here. So this is a bit annoying, but of course still manageable. Let's add this one and this one. Gonna need a lot of these farms. Oh, wait a second. Here we do have more space then. And then we can also build our industry zone with enough workforce left. This leads now to a total production of 14 malt and 14 beer, but we consume beer. So I do need to build two more and one more here. And this is the right ratio now. And for our farms, we have the barley. So 16 it is. We still need to add 5 more tons. And unfortunately, they only produce 1 per minute. So I need to really add 5 more of these. That's a lot. Try it out. I think this one works out. Then we can have another one here. And another one at the end of this. Very good. And then we still have space left here. Or one. Not that much left from natural calcs anymore, right? This is full industrial production. And the warehouse here. Leads now to a total production of 17. Perfect. And with that, not only do we supply now these guys here, but also Veneta, the whole of Veneta with beer. We will definitely need to increase the volume of this trade route though. So here we do have the beer and beer. And do we have another ship available? We do. Very good. That's now 2 ships taking care of this trade route. Toga and wine are in for my population here in Verulamium, so those people are really happy. And we have a lot of tier 1 peeps that we can upgrade, and I would like to do this, of course. That's all the row here still. And then also as we move up that hill towards the villa. And that's almost it. Let's have these here by the main road. Very good. And with that, we can also upgrade more to tier 3 again. A bit confusing now here, because we can see that we have the mercators, the nobles, the smiths, and the waiters. So we got all the varieties being shown here. But of course, we don't have smiths here, right? We have the mercators that we can use to upgrade the nobles. More options available. Oh, and those are some huge buildings coming in now. The temple and the bathhouse as well. So the bathhouse with the island-wide bonuses, but it's so big. And yeah, my goal would be to have it here somewhere instead of these blocks here. So I'm gonna remove some of the mercators. This one here, we can probably, yep, let's get rid of those. There you go. Opening up all that space. The fire station theoretically is not needed because the bathhouse provides enough bonuses, but we'll just see. And then a warehouse that I would like to move further down. Because let's face it, we really don't need a warehouse down there. Or here. The medic. Now, once again, the bathhouse provides a lot of bonuses. So I'm going to have the medic a bit further over there. Together with my firefighter.
One of your cities is at risk of a great fire.
All the way hidden down there. And then we have the market that I would like to keep. Is this enough, please? Guess we have to find it out. Oh, it's tight. That is so much space. I will need to remodel, unfortunately, all of this here. Can't be helped. Gonna move this one further. Sarah, I'm not gonna go into an alliance with you. Let's go into an alliance with her. Why not? She's the most powerful AI opponent that we have. So that's absolutely fine for me. There's the warehouse. We are gonna need to make the connection then here. I'm just gonna move all these tier 3 buildings up there to complete that block again. Now we can move the cistern. This will look cleaner, right, overall, because now, as you can see, we can get rid of this very strange curve and just have the aqueduct then here as it moves up. There you go. Into this area. The bakery certainly doesn't need the water connection. And with that, look at all that space for a nice warehouse. I mean, the temple would look great here too. The temple would look great up there, honestly, so I'm not gonna do this. The bathhouse I would like to have here, though. Right along the main road. Yeah. Juicy rewards coming out of that. And of course, also providing that service now to my nobles. The bathhouse, right? And that gives me an additional population, health, and fire safety boost. So this one just goes up. We could... Where's the front of this? That's probably the front. But it all really looks pretty nice, so I'm gonna keep it as is. And here, I'm gonna continue then with the road. Make the connection here. To make this cleaner. There's nothing we could really squeeze in here. That market is fine over there. Just beside the bath. And with that out of the way, I would like to upgrade once again some more. Especially here, because all of them profit now from that bathhouse. These guys I'm probably gonna get rid of to clean this up again. We need more warm drainage here that we don't have. And then of course I'm gonna add some more paving again. This one's the same as the bathhouse paving, so that's okay. And then I'm just gonna add the Celtic tree. Albionic oak along here. That is just so beautiful, and I think it's a perfect moment to end this episode. I love these buildings. And it's still hard to me to decide where it is more beautiful, Latium or Albion. I mean, the lighting is just gorgeous. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.